Welcome back today, guys. We're going to be doing Chapter 9, Lesson 2.3, What is the Portion? Today we're going to be talking about percents and discounts. Do you remember percent rulers from Chapter 3? You use them to find various portions of a whole. In this lesson, you will use percent rulers again, along with other strategies to find percents. So our first core problem, 9-49, Shopping Shirley. So if you go ahead and read along, Shirley won a shopping spree from Daisy's department store. She can spend up to $150 on anything in the store. During Daisy's deal days, the store marks down its prices and pays for all sales tax. Shirley would like to buy each of the items shown in the table below. She knows the original price of each item as well as the marked discount for each of them. So she wants to buy a scarf, dress shoes, a necklace, skirt, sweater, and a shirt. Here's the normal or the original price, and here's the discount during the Daisy's deal days. So go ahead and pause the video and go ahead and copy down this table into your notes for the day, and then Miss Lanza and I are going to talk to you guys about a couple different strategies you can use to find the sale price. All right, so go ahead and, now that you've unpaused the video, you guys should have your table drawn in your notes. We're going to go ahead and talk through the first couple examples here.
All right, so the way I would find the sale price is I'm going to do the scarf, for example. The whole price is $37, but our discount is 20%. So I would take 37 times 20%, or 0.20. When you multiply this, you're going to get 740, or you get 7.4, or 7 4/10. But you have to remember we're talking about money, so you have to add the 0. And then I would take $37 minus the $7.40 to get $29.60. So our sales price would be $29.60.
So that's a pretty typical method to use where you find out how much you're going to save and then take that away from the price that's on the item at the store. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and show you another way to do this as well. So we know that this price here is 100% of what we're paying. Okay, so for the scarf, if we are discounting it 20%, we're taking away 20% of it. Really, our sale price is 80% of the original price, 80% of what is left over. So we're going to try that method here with the dress shoes. So if I know that my dress shoes cost $56 and I'm saving or discounting it by 15%, if I take 15% away from the whole 100%, what's left is 85%. So really what I'm doing here is 85%, or 85 hundredths of means multiplication, the $56. And if you go ahead and multiply that, you're going to find out that your price is $47.60. Now this is a little bit different than the way Miss Lanza showed you, because if I'm finding out what 85% of my cost is, this is my sale price. This is what I'm paying. The way that Miss Lanza set it up here, she found out what the discount was, what is the 20%. Remember, discounts are normally taken off the price. So that's why she then had to do a second step and subtract that from the price of the item. So go ahead and pause the video. Take as long as you guys need. We want you guys to go ahead and try to find the sale price of the necklace, the shirt, the sweater, and the shirt. And we'll come back and review what these answers should be for you guys. And remember to show your work. Alright, so welcome back. If you guys look at the last column you guys filled in here, so the sale price of the necklace after a 5% discount is you're going to pay $28.50. After saving 25% on your shirt, you're going to pay $27. After saving 12% on your sweater, it's $39.60. And the shirt, a third off, is $14. So all of these were pretty similar except for the last one. So the last one, we instead of having a percent, we had a fraction. So if you're taking 1/3 off, okay, you can go ahead and do Miss Lanza's strategy again of multiplying this by 1/3 and then subtract that. I'm going to go ahead and do it the second method that I showed you is if we're taking 1/3 of something away, 1/3 of the price, what's left is 2/3 of the whole. So if we multiply that $21 by 2/3, all we're doing now is multiplying two fractions together. 21 times 2 is 42. 1 times 3 is 3. And 42 divided by 3 is equal to $14. And that's how we got this answer here. So remember, any value can be written as a fraction, a decimal, or a percent. Okay? So good job. So if we look at
your task for the day, it says, work with your team to figure out whether Shirley can afford to buy everything she wants. If not, recommend to her what she should buy to get the most out of her shopping spree. So remember, she can only spend up to $150.
So we already talked about how to find percents and what does this amount represent. Okay, and one way we talked about was the percent representing how much we're saving. And we also talked about how the percent can represent the sale price we're paying. So how much will she have to spend? So go ahead and find out if she buys all these items at the sale price, does she have enough money to buy them all? So when we add up all the sale prices of our items we're buying, we find out that our total was $186.30. So Ms. Lanza, do we have enough to buy all those items?
No.
So if we don't have enough to buy all the items, we need to figure out something that we don't want to buy.
So I looked at what was the most expensive thing. So the dress shoes. So I took $186.30 and I subtracted it from, I subtracted $47.60 to get $138.70. But I think that we can get closer to $150. So I think we're going to keep the dress shoes and try something else.
So probably like the next highest price item?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the sweater. So if we take $186.30 and subtract it from $39.60, we end up with $146.70. So that is pretty close to $150.
So you guys may have eliminated one or more of the items that Shirley wanted to buy, but eliminating the sweater got you closest to spending all of your money. Okay, so if you said something else, it's not that you're wrong, you could still buy everything else, but eliminating the sweater would get us closest to the amount of money that we have to spend. All right, so moving on, we're going to go ahead and move on to question 52. All right, so again, if you guys read along, it says Shirley bought a pair of socks to match a new outfit. The original price of the socks was $8, but the tag said $2 off. Find the percent discount for the socks. So we want to know how much it was discounted. At the same discount rate, how much would Shirley save on an item that was originally priced at $5, or what about $50? So the first thing that we wanted to be able to find was what is the discount rate? So something was $8 and it was $2 off. What percent off did we get? So Ms. Lanza is going to show you one method using a percent ruler.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we know that the $8 is 100% of our total, and then our 0 is 0%. So if we took half of that, or 50%, we're going to take half of 8, or half of 100%, and we get $4. And we know that the sale price, or the tag says it's $2 off. So if we go ahead and take another half off of the $4, you get 2. So you'll have to take half of the percent of 50 off to get 25%. So we know that it is 25%.
So really, this is just kind of like a different way to show like a ratio table or comparing two different things, two different quantities. In this case, we're comparing the dollars to the percentage of the whole. Okay, so this is a really good method. It's always going to work for you guys. You guys can even use this to find the unit rate of how much it is per percentage. Another way to do it is more of an algebraic approach, and you guys use what is best for you. So if I think about the situation, I'm looking for what is the $2? $2 is what percent of the whole. So algebraically, I would write that as $2 is equal to, and what is that $2 representing? It's a percentage of the whole. So I don't know the percentage, that's what we're trying to find, so I'm going to use a variable, okay? And it's a percentage of the total cost. Means multiplication, and we know the total cost is $8. So really I have $2 is equal to a variable times 8. Okay, how do I get rid of this 8 and only have this variable? If this is tied together by multiplication, remember the inverse operation is to divide both sides by 8. So that means that x, which was our percentage, is 2 over 8, or 1/4. So it's 1/4 off, and 1/4 is equal to 25%. So remember again, any number can be written 3 ways: fraction, decimal, percent. So Ms. Lanzo got 25% using a percent ruler. You can also get a fraction, 1/4, by setting up a simple algebraic equation. So we're still not done. The second part of that question said, how much would she save on something that was $5 and something that was saved at originally $50? Remember, the discount is 25%. So let's do the first one together. So if something was $5 and we're saving 25%, let's do it those two different ways. So I'll do it as a fraction with 1/4 savings. Ms. Lanzo can do it as 25%.
You want me to talk? Okay. So if our $5 is 100%, then half of that, or 50%, would be $2.50. And then again, another half of that, right?
Half of a half.
Half of a half is going to be $1.25.
So something that originally cost $5, if the savings is 25%, then we're going to pay $1.25. Okay. So if we know that we're saving 1/4, okay, so we want to know what is 1/4 of our original price, so 1/4 of $5 is going to be 5/4, and 5/4 is equivalent to 1 1/4. Or as we're talking about money, money is typically given as decimal, so 1/4 is 25/100. So $1.25 would be the same answer that Ms. Lanzo got with her percent ruler.
So go ahead and use one of those ways to figure out how much she would save on an item if it would cost $50.
So what you guys should have found, if you bought something that was $50, you should have been able to find out that your discount was $12.50. And I challenge you guys to go ahead and see, can you guys find that answer in two different ways? Can you guys use the percent ruler like Ms. Lanzo showed you? Can you guys set up an algebraic equation like I showed you? They're both very good methods for you guys to be aware of and both be able to use in different scenarios. All right, so moving on to question 53. Janet wanted to go to a concert, and the tickets cost $25 each. She found a website advertising that customers could save $7 by purchasing the tickets through the website. She wonders what percent of the original price she would be saving. She drew the diagram below to help her visualize the problem. So again, we noticed that this is the percent ruler Ms. Lanzo was showing you. 0% means we paid $0. 100% meant we paid $25. She could see from her diagram that $7 is somewhere between 20 and 30%. So somewhere between 20 and 30%. Craig looked at Janet's diagram and said, first, I think it will be useful for us to know what 1% of $25 is. That sounds like finding the unit rate. Discuss this with your team. How could it be useful to know 1% of $25? And then B, find out what 1% of $25 is to figure out what percentage of $25 is $7. All right, so make sure that you guys write down how it's useful to know what 1% of $25 is. Because remember, Janet had a good estimation that is somewhere between 20 and 30%. Why would having 1% be useful to you? So question B said find 1% of $25. So if you look over here, we want to know what is 1% of $25. So remember that 1% as a decimal is 100, or 1 out of 100. And the word of means that we're going to multiply it by this number. So we're going to multiply by 25. Here's your multiplication process. Remember to move your decimal in 2 places to the left because our decimal is 2 places to the left here. And we found out that our answer would be 25 cents. So 25 cents is 1% of $25. So how can we use that, Miss Lanzo, to find out what is 7% of that? All right, sorry, I misspoke there. So we want to find out, after we know what 1% is, we want to know what percent of the $25 is $7. So the $7 she saved, what percent is that?
So if you guys found out that it's 25 cents for 1%. So we know that 4 quarters, or 4 25-cent pieces, is $1. So if we have 4 of them and we multiply it by $7, that's going to give us 28%.
So when Janet said that her savings was somewhere between 20 and 30%, she had a good estimation. The exact answer there would be 28%. Another way to approach this question is, if you guys remember earlier in the question I said 1% is kind of like your unit rate. If we are comparing percentages and the amount of money, you guys can also set up a table, okay, where you guys are comparing percent and the savings. So if we know that 1% is 25 cents, and we want to know how much $7 is, we need to know what the rule is. So this is multiplying this by 4 to get 1 whole. So if we multiply this by 4, we're going to get 28%. So just another strategy for you guys to use. All right, so moving on. Not moving on. All right, so that's it for today, guys. Good job with learning about percents and how to use percent rulers and how to use algebraic equations to find different discounts. We will pick this up tomorrow. Have a good day.